Hey there, Madrix here. Going into the 6th generation of video game consoles, Sega decided to stop making video game consoles moving forward right after the Dreamcast. So around this time, basically Sega was still producing Dreamcast consoles, but with the little that they had left, but they were mostly on sale. A few games in Japan were still being developed, but not too long right afterwards. Sega decided to focus solely on making third-party titles for all video game consoles moving forward. However, with the launch of the OG Xbox, Sega decided to launch some of the titles that were being developed for the Dreamcast onto the console. And I just wanted to share my favorite games that were ported exclusively onto the Xbox console that were developed from Sega. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. No specific order here. I'm just going to start off with Panzer Dragon Outrun. It's a very simple game, just like the previous titles that were released on the Sega Saturn, with the exception of Panzer Dragon Saga, which was there to compete against Final Fantasy VII with the RPG elements. But anyway, just a simple rail shooter. It has its moments where it's very difficult. I'll probably say Outrun is the most difficult one in the series of them all, because I had a lot of trouble beating it. But once you master everything and you're able to nail everything down, you can get past it, beat the game within 2 hours. I know people have done speed runs on the game, so is it worth it to have it in the collection? I personally think so. It was a great game to play. You can also play it on the Xbox Series X or your One X if you still own the console, if you have the physical disc, or you can just buy it off the Xbox Marketplace and enjoy it from there. So yeah, definitely a great game to play. Not much I can really say. You guys know I'm a big fan of Panzer Dragon, so I'm not going to go into in-depth detail on this one. So going into the next one. Of course, I got Jet Set Radio Future on this list. How could I not have it on here? I mean, if you have not played this game, man, you are missing out. This game is very affordable at this point. I'm surprised it has not spiked in value. If you're a retro game collector, or you're a video game collector in general, Xbox fan, Sega fanatic, you need to be playing this game right now. I'm not saying it's better than Tony Hawk, but it's left an impact, I personally feel, in the video game market, if in general. And man, it kind of saddens me that Sega hasn't really done anything with the Jet Set Radio Future IP. But it is what it is. Moving forward, I can always go back and play this anytime I want to. So it's also backwards compatible on the Xbox 360. But yeah, not much to really say about this game. Everybody knows the history behind this one. Everyone has almost played it. Almost everyone I know has played it. So, yeah, you have it on the list. Not much to really say about this one. I don't really recall a lot of people actually playing Monroe Green. I don't really recall them being very fond of it neither, but this is a game that I enjoyed growing up. I'm a big fan of the series, starting with the first 2 games on Genesis, so it's a game I like to play every now and then. I love the soundtrack, of course. The soundtrack is always undefeated in Monroe games. It's always funky, very hip-hop, rap style beats, and I love I also love the voice cast as well. It's a simple platformer. It's very enjoyable to play 2-player co-op split screen. If you ever have a friend, around. But nowadays, when I get free time, I'll just show my son games I played as a kid growing up that I enjoyed, and usually I have him in my lap and he'll just play it with me. So this is one he's actually kind of fond of too, ironically. So yeah, this is why I got it on the list. I know a lot of people weren't crazy about it, but it's a game I like a lot. So, and after all, this is all my opinion anyway. So. Moving forward, we have Valkyrie. Now, I know this game really got a lot of mixed reviews at one point. That doesn't really matter, though, as long as you're having fun for the most part. I know in a lot of people's eyes, this game is probably average, and for the most part, yeah, it is. But the game is very fun, and I enjoyed it a lot. The thing is, with this one, is that it's set. The setting for this game is like in the Victorian steampunk-like era with advanced technology and weapons, and that's what I love about it. In a lot of ways, it kind of reminds me of Burning Rangers, even though 2 different teams worked on it. I'm just saying in the sense of gameplay and the way the characters look in some parts of the game, you kind of get like Burning Rangers vibes. That's what I get personally. So. But yeah, I like the game a lot. I think I definitely recommend this one on the list. It's actually backwards compatible on the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X and S. So you can also get this from the marketplace for a very affordable price, as well as sales are always rampant on the marketplace as well. So yeah, give this one a go if you want to just play a nice little time waster. Despite me being very irritable sometimes when playing Shimu 2, overall the game is very beautiful. It's very story driven, and in my own eyes, I want to say it's a masterpiece compared to the first one. The first one is my favorite, but Shimu 2 kind of took the cake for everything with how perfectly crafted this game was. The visuals, I know, are outdated, but at the time it was very beautiful. And you know, the graphics were nice and the music was beautiful. It still is beautiful to this day. There's not much I can really say about Shimu. I will say it is a very long game compared to the first one, and man, you are going to be tested with several things, whether it's doing odd jobs to get money to progress further in the game, or gambling, arm wrestling, hell, at a point even duck racing. But it all pays off in the end, because when you see how the character grows and progresses in the game, there's many parts in the game where you forget, you know, Riel's sole objective, you know, of getting revenge on Landy for killing his father, and you're just amazed with all the tutelage you've obtained through each and every master you've trained with, because you are basically training with a few masters in this game, which is the beauty of playing through Shimu and Shimu 3. But that's the whole purpose of this game. I feel like it's basically to make you do all these odd jobs and to take on all these odd tasks, but in the end it helps you grow stronger, and you feel like an even badder, stronger motherfucker in the end. I know that's a very corny way of putting it. Last but not least, we have Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast, and goddamn, I did not know this game was as ridiculously expensive as it is. But if you're like me and you would like to play some games on backed up copies, wink wink, I can't tell you where to get them, but if you kind of got an idea of what I'm saying, or if you're a big PC fanatic and like to emulate every damn thing, well, have a shot at it. Play this game. It's very great for the time being. If you're very into racing games, soundtrack is amazing. It is actually one of the few last games that was launched on the OG Xbox before Xbox was fully committed into the 360 era. But I like this one a lot. Very smooth. Not a big fan of racers, but you know, it kind of gives me like Forza vibes. You know, how the atmosphere is just smooth, soundtrack is great, you know, visuals are on par, everything. So that's just how it is. You know, I grew up playing Outrun in the first place, so I guess I'll go ahead and sit here and cap for my favorite, you know, of racers. So why the hell not? I can be a fanboy sometime. No shame in my game. That's pretty much it for my video. I hope you guys actually enjoyed my favorite games that were published and developed under the SEGA brand. I would like to see what your favorite games are that were released on Xbox or Nintendo or PlayStation consoles moving forward. You know, just tell me what you guys are really into. You guys know I'm a big fan of the Yakuza series and a few other games, so you know, I just like to start a discussion. I want to know what everyone likes and what everyone is into, you know, so we can just have, you know, great conversation and just talk about games and set all the console war bullshit aside.